we've got to talk about Mitch McConnell because nobody has seen Mitch McConnell in weeks. And apparently he's been in the hospital this entire time. And I want to show you guys this screenshot because this is wild. It's from The Hill. It says, "Do not use." A look back at Mitch McConnell's time in the Senate. It's from yesterday, July 6th. It's almost as if they already know what's coming, and so they wrote an article in anticipation, but took it down. It looks like they might have accidentally posted it and quickly took it down. Do not use. A look back at Mitch McConnell's time in the Senate. Interesting. Interesting. There's some more interesting about this entire situation. And we're going to get into that here in just a second. But here's a little bit more information.
Desiree Townsend here again outside of George Washington University Hospital as we mark week 3 of the hospitalization of Senator Mitch McConnell following the June 14th medical emergency. As you can see behind me, the Capitol Hill police vehicles, these black vehicles, are still parked outside the hospital here, an indication that he is likely also still here. So after I first released the dispatch audio indicating that he was found unconscious and was given CPR for cardiac arrest, this story finally gained national attention. However, I don't think many Americans fully appreciate the seriousness of what may be at stake following Senator McConnell's medical emergency 3 weeks ago, or how Congress's lack of a constitutional mechanism to remove members for incapacity could have broader implications for the nation's governance and, most importantly, national security. This incredibly odd story also involves Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who stated to Politico that he had spoken with McConnell the day after his hospitalization and that he, quote, sounded good, end quote.
Yeah. That's another tidbit of this whole entire story that is quite strange, because as you heard there, John Thune, the day after, or said that he spoke to Mitch McConnell the day after, but according to reports, Mitch McConnell was found unconscious. I have a sneaky suspicion that, the snake, John Thune, who's up for re-election in 2028 in South Dakota, if you care, if you live in South Dakota, let's vote him out. But here's the clip.
Senator McConnell, we're told, was hospitalized. Have you heard any word on him?
I have. I spoke to him yesterday, and he was in good spirits. I mean, he was very dialed in, paying attention to what's going on, and indicated that he would be back soon.
Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar to you? It sounds familiar to me because it sounds like the same thing that they were telling us about Joe Biden. Remember, they were all coming out, and you had Karine Jean-Pierre saying that, she has trouble keeping up with him and all this nonsense. I believe it was Mayorkas said the hardest thing the hardest thing to do is preparing for a meeting with Joe Biden because he's so attention oriented or detail oriented and super on he's on top of stuff, basically, is what they were saying. And it's like, we see the same guy you're talking about. That is not somebody who is detail oriented. I don't even think he knows his left from his right foot at this point, and I'm not even trying to be funny. And that seems like the same exact situation that is going on here. John Thune lied. He lied. And if he didn't lie, then I would ask John Thune to prove that he didn't lie. Prove it. Prove it. Right? Because that is just absolutely crazy. But once again, there's more to this entire story with Mitch McConnell. But if you guys want to hear the some of the dispatch from that day, here's a little snippet of that.
3 medics, 3 ALS response unconscious. Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALS response unconscious. (8:36). EMS 2 response for cardiac arrest. EMS 2 response for cardiac arrest.
Cardiac arrest. I don't know why there's so many beeps in here. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, so there was a little snippet of that. Now, this guy, I mean, just the ultimate liar in chief. Like, my goodness, man. What a snake. What a snake. Anyway, here is a little clip of some of his neighbors speaking about how they haven't seen him or anybody at his house, meaning Mitch McConnell, in quite some time.
Everything happened. I didn't see him come out, but
Oh, you saw the
haven't seen
paramedics
anything,
here?
yeah.
Okay. Have you seen any family? Has no family has
I
come?
haven't seen anyone coming or going from there.
Yeah, because I know his Capitol Police Detail, they're over at the hospital, so I just thought I'd... So his wife, Elaine Chao, was found in China 3 days after he went into cardiac arrest. So we're trying to figure out where she is. It doesn't look like she has come back to the house. So I was wondering, have you seen her at all?
No, I haven't seen anyone.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. Can you explain what happened?
I have
Yvette?
to go to
Oh
work.
yeah,
I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
Have a great day. Thank you for your help. All right, everyone. So talk to a neighbor who was, I guess, here for the cardiac arrest event when the paramedics were called. Apparently no family has come by here yet, so I don't think Elaine Chao has come back from China yet, potentially. I don't know if they have a home in Kentucky or not, but it doesn't sound like she's come back.
Wild stuff. Wild stuff. And that was another twist on this entire story. It's the fact that his wife, I mean, right after this man allegedly went into cardiac arrest, she flew off to China. And if you guys don't know, if you don't know who his wife is, please, Louise. Hold on, okay. Here we go. There we go. Now we cooking.
The Moscow Mitch was found unresponsive and in possible cardiac arrest. His wife left him and went to China. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. May this type of love never, and I mean never, ever, ever.
That's his wife right there.
Ever find me. So as we all know, honey, on June 14th, Moscow Mitch was found unresponsive and in possible cardiac arrest in his home. Now, he hasn't been seen ever since. And of course, Annalise Keaton's internet is definitely interneting on this, and people are speculating that Moscow Mitch may no longer be with us. However, his staff says that he's recovering and that he is staying on top of things when it comes down to, Congress or whatnot. Now, if it was me and my husband was in that precarious situation, I would want to be by his side. I mean, Moscow Mitch is
There she is in China right there. Meeting with the vice president in China. Crazy, right?
84 years old, and we all know he isn't in the best health condition. But baby, that is not the case with between Moscow Mitch and his wife, honey, because just 3 days, you see the date here, she was off over there in Beijing meeting with the Chinese vice president. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Just 3 days after, honey, she was gone. Now, y'all know that she was Freppadove's transportation secretary, but just a few days after January 6th, she went ahead and quit that job, and we really hadn't seen much of her since. But here she is out there in Beijing having a meeting with the Chinese vice president as the former U.S. transportation secretary. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Now, of course, the Daily Beast messy ass done sent some questions over there to Moscow Mitch's staff. They asked the following questions. What are the dates of Miss Chao's travel to and from China? What was the nature and the purpose of any meetings held during the visit? Is Moscow Mitch conscious? Has Moscow Mitch been able to resume duties in any capacity? Who is currently overseeing Moscow Mitch office operations during his hospitalization? Of course, we haven't heard anything back. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. This just adds more fuel to the fire that Moscow Mitch is dead. Because as his wife since 1993, you just gonna scurry on out to another damn country. You didn't go over to another state. You went to another country. I mean, it's damn ridiculous and a hot boo-boo shitty mess. Y'all, put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Like I said, honey, may this type of love never, ever, 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 ever find me.
Now, I think you guys are all thinking what I'm thinking. We on the same wave. We on the same wavelength, right? This is just my own personal opinion. I just want to say that, okay? I think she's a spy. Yep. And she went over there to tell them that, well, now our inside source, he's dead. That's why she left only 3 days after. 3 days? This man's fighting for his life, allegedly, and you dip out? Which I get it, you know, sure, he's in great hands, he's with the doctors and whatnot, sure, I get that, but you just leave? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, well, more than likely, it's probably a duck. I think she was a spy. And she used Mitch McConnell to get info on our government. And maybe, now she's afraid of her cover being blown. So she left to China. And now that's where she's staying. She ain't been back. And she's not going to come back. Because now her source is dead. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? Am I crazy? I mean, listen. Do not be afraid to hurt my feelings. You can't hurt my feelings, but if you think I'm crazy, tell me. Hey, Rich, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy. All right? Let me know. Am I crazy for thinking this? But that's immediately where my brain goes. Because why else would you run to China 3 days after this man has allegedly been like fighting for his life? Why would you dip out? And why haven't you been back? I mean, of course, maybe they have another home that she came back to. She didn't go back to that house or whatever, you know. I don't know, but you heard the neighbor. Nobody's been back to at least that house. She was seen in China. That's true. That's 100%. So maybe she isn't going to come back. This is what Laura Loomer posted. New high-level source close to the White House tells me Mitch McConnell is officially brain dead. He's not coming back, is what she says. So, quite interesting stuff there. But then also, and here is the last tidbit of this whole thing. Mitch McConnell's daughter had a X account. Senator Mitch McConnell's daughter goes silent online amid health mystery. It's continually fueling questions in Washington, D.C., and now one of the people closest to him has suddenly gone silent online. She deleted her X account, basically. Porter McConnell, the eldest daughter of the former Senate Majority Leader, appears to have deactivated her X account as speculation about her 84-year-old father's condition continues to swirl. The account had been long active, with Porter frequently criticizing both her father's politics and the Republican Party. Yeah, so now her account is gone. Interesting. So if he wasn't gone, why would you delete your account just randomly? And apparently she had a decent following count. Like she had a decent amount of followers. So why would you all of a sudden delete it? Quite interesting stuff. The last tidbit is August 3rd is a very important date because if he is dead after August 3rd, well, then we're not able to replace him. If he's dead before, then according to the law in Kentucky, there can be a special election to replace Mitch McConnell. So maybe, just maybe, these snakes like John Thune is trying to just keep him plugged into the wall until after August 3rd so that he can't be replaced. Which is crazy to say. Like this is worse than the Joe Biden situation. Way worse. Okay, this man is allegedly basically dead and there's only a machine that's keeping him alive. So they're basically keeping him plugged in until after August 3rd, which is what it seems like to me. After, as far as what I understand, okay, this is just what I understand. I don't have any facts to back this up, but as far as what I understand, if he's alive until after August 3rd, he can't be replaced until next year. So that seat is just going to be left empty. But if he dies before August 3rd, he can be replaced before next year. So, yeah, I told you guys there was a lot to go on with this. So y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm crazy? Let me know. Peace.